going to do some melt and pour, which I do also. Other than hot process, I do melt and pour too. But a disclaimer, I am no Dean Wilson. And if you've ever seen Dean Wilson's YouTube channel, you would see all of his work and how incredibly wonderful it is. He really does a great job, and I admire that so much. And he makes it look so easy, but it's not. What I did with these, which I just touched it with my bare hand, so this guy's going to have to go to the side and get cleaned again. But what I did with these is I washed them with hot water and scrubbed them with a toothbrush. Then I took them and rinsed them a bunch of times, and then I put them in an alcohol bath, 91% alcohol. Then I took them out and put them on a drying tray and dried them out good. And so I also have some sand that I also cleaned and sifted and sanitized and baked and alcohol bathed, you name it, I did it to this sand to make sure that it was sterile. And so I cleaned it very, very well and made sure there was nothing in there, and heated it in the oven. And so I'm going to use a little bit of sand from Matagorda, Texas sand dunes. And I have a picture that I can show of what the sand dunes look like. It's really beautiful out there, and just the finest white sugar sand. It's really beautiful. So I collected some of that and brought it back and did all of the witchery to it to make sure that it was good and clean and safe to use. It's super fine, and I'm only going to use a little bit. I'm not going to use very much. I'm going to use some bentonite clay along with the sand, and this is from Bulk Apothecary. That's hard for me to say, Bulk Apothecary. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently because of the things that I have to use and the things that I'd like to use. And I hope that that's a good choice, going with goat's milk and shea instead of using all clear and then trying to manipulate that to look like sand. So I'm going to get my gloves on, fix that rock, and get ready to go, get everything cut up and ready to go. And so hang in there with me. I forgot to show something kind of neat that I got. Hopefully the glare is not too bad on this, but I thought this was so neat. I got these the other day. They're disposable cutting boards, but I'm not going to throw them away because I'm not going to put anything, that's raw or anything on there. It seems to be laminated cardboard. Man, I'm so excited to use them because I was using my little darling from the dollar store, and that's what I normally would use for cutting up melt and pour and stuff like that, just soap things. But there's 3 in here, and it was $2.77, I believe, for 3 of them. And so I thought, wait a minute, no, it says 6 boards. Dang, that's even better. Just want to let you know about that. All right, hang tight. But I'm going to use this stained glass sea blue-green color. Also the Saltwater Mermaid, that's the fragrance I'm going to use. It smells beachy, but it smells really clean, and it also smells, to me, a little bit citrusy. I didn't want to quite go 1 teaspoon per pound for my additives because I don't want to reduce the lather for the goat's milk with shea. Okay, I have decided to go ahead and cut up another pound of the clear, and I also want to say that I'm very sorry to Soap Goods. It is indeed Soap Goods that I buy my my melt and pour bases from, and so sorry about that. Sometimes it confuses me because when I get things, certain things from Wholesale Supplies Plus, it says Crafter's Choice, and so I keep all my invoices and make sure that I keep things straight in my book. But as far as in my head, that's a whole nother place and a whole nother filing system. So the liquid colors, they came from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Melt and pour blocks came from Soap Goods. If I think of anything else that I have forgotten, I will come back and let you know. Otherwise, we'll come back right before I drop the color in and see what it looks like. So cross your fingers, that's for sure. Hang tight. Finally back. from heating the clear 30 seconds at a time, and I had it covered. I better get a reading on this. I'm crazy for always 132.2. See, I'm real close here. So I'm going to take 91% rubbing alcohol and spray the mold really well. And then I'm going to start putting these in, spray them. So we shall see. I second guess myself quite a bit, so that's how it is. But this, you know, it's going to create these dips and waves and stuff, and so I'm hoping that that will be sufficient for what I'm trying to go for. I think so. I think so. And then when I take it out and flip it over and dig all these out, there's going to be all these pockets that the sandy shea combination goes in. So let me see. Don't let me forget to add the fragrance. I know I say that every time, but if I don't say it out loud to you, then I will forget, because I routinely do that. Okay, this is pretty stinking cool. 127.5. I am pushing it, really, really pushing it. I'm going to start with the ocean blue, and I'm going to start with 1 drop and see what that does. Don't be thickening up on me too much. I think I need it to be a little darker. Hope the camera's picking that up. Let's try 2 drops. So that's the second one of the stained glass ocean blue. But I need it a little bit deeper, I think. And I know I'm getting bubbles in it, but I'll try to get them out. But since this is an ocean soap, I'm thinking that, you know, it's not going to hurt much to have bubbles in it. Okay, let's try 1 more of the ocean blue. So that's 3 drops. And see what that looks like. Something's not gelling, and the problem is the soap is gelling. Let's live dangerously. To do 1 drop of this, the sea blue green. Ooh, it's kind of like apple jelly right now because the temperature is so low. And ordinarily I'm always fussing with the temperatures, wondering, is it too cool to pour? Is it not cool enough? Is it, you know, going to ruin my embeds or something? The rocks are not going to be bothered one bit by this. I'll come back in 5 seconds. Hang in there and we'll pour it. Okay, 6 seconds ended up being 12, just because. Eee, well, that's not good. That's not going to be good for anybody. I see how it's going to be. See, I think I've found some, you know, great shortcut. So I'm not having to fuss so much with temperatures. And look at this. It's nice and chunky and jelly. Great. Dang it. It's an art. And it's a science. I cannot forget that fragrance. Alright, it's going back in to get rid of some of the chunks. And then we'll come back and pour it. We're going to pour it no matter what. How about that? We're going to try that for once. I'm going to add the fragrance oil before I forget. I absolutely detest when I forget. Okay, I'm going to pour about half of it in. There we go. There we go. Here's our rocks. And I'm going to spray those down pretty darn good. Turn it around. Try not to drop it. Good at dropping things too. Alright, and before this goes apple jelly on me again, I'm going to pour it right over the rocks. Hopefully you're right in the center of that. Okay, I'm going to pour it. There we go. Right over. I don't have to worry about them coming up and rising to the top or anything like that, which I just love that. Alright, I'm going to spray this top. When I take it out, this part that you see on top is going to be the bottom. And no, that's not right, is it? No, it's not. This is going to be the top. Maybe I should be a little more concerned with these bubbles then. Shoot, I don't know. I might even, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't plan these things out very well, do I? when we come back, we'll do the sand part. Hopefully that's going to be the fun part, because I'm looking for the fun part. That was nerve-wracking. Alright, hang in there with me. We'll be back. Alright, the blue has been sitting for a long time, hours. Oh, and I just realized that my extra lights are not on. That figures. Alright, hang tight. I'm going to put my light on. Be right back. Alright, now that I got that technical problem resolved, it feels like it's pretty firmed up. It's hard to tell because there's a whole bunch of those river rocks at the bottom. But I'm going to go ahead and take this out and start so we can see how that turned out. I really like the color. I like that a lot. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, I like that. That really, that's a beautiful color. My gosh. Wow. Huh. It's too bad these are rocks, huh? I'd like to cut right through that. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. That is really something. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna ruin it real quick. Just to make everything real for everybody. I got a lot to do. I have to dig these river rocks out real quick so we have our dips. This is not too bad of getting off of here, not at all. Well, here we are. I got all of the river rocks out, and this is what it looks like after digging them all out. And boy, did I have to dig. Now, I've done easier things, but I still think that this is a better, easier, more foolproof way of doing it than worrying so much about your temperature to hope that you can get some peaks and swirls out of glycerin soaps, because it's just so, for me, tedious. But of course I take the temperature, you know, like it's a sick newborn every, you know, few minutes, because I'm thinking, oh, is it too hot? Oh, is it, you know, cooling off on me? What is it doing? But once I pour the base in there, I think it's going to be neat. I think it's going to look good. So I'm going to spray the mold that it came out of pretty well, except this time, instead of it being like this with the river rocks underneath it and my swirl that came out, or not swirl, but sort of waves, which came out really nice on top. Ugh, rats. Anyhow, I'm going to spray this, and it's going to go indention side up. That's how it's going to go. So I'm going to spray this, getting it absolutely everywhere, and the indentions too. I'm going to spray this really well, make sure that I get all the angles. But I mean, shoot, that looks pretty right there, just like that. So we can picture what it's going to be like. If you hear any whining in the background, it's my little dog. I don't know. She picks the worst times to make noise. I'm going to pour the Matagorda sand into the bentonite clay. And I'm going to mix those together. Some heated up glycerin to that. And, you know, of course now I have a mud pie. Lovely. Tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to use some of our... I hope this is a good idea. It's probably not. What did I say? I'm always second guessing myself. It's true. This I'm going to do. I'm going to take this clean little cup and I'm going to get some of the goat's milk and shea that I have melted. Ooh, and I'm going to spill it absolutely everywhere. And pour some in here. Dang. And get it to a halfway decent consistency before I add it into all of the melted part. That dog, I don't know. She makes me crazy. She's a teacup chihuahua. She obviously knows what breed she is. Now she's going to whine even louder. But anyway, she has this certain pitch that she just reaches if she wants something. And you never know what it is. So you're trying everything. And I think that's what she wants. She wants you to try everything. Okay. Let me see what this is. 135.5. Okay. This is called Good Enough. Now, I may, because it's kind of on the gray side, I may put just a smidge of, Lily, honestly, could you tone it down just so? God. I don't want it to look gray and like that. For the same reason, I'm going to put a little bit. Oh, shoot. That's not good. A little bit of brown oxide in here and see if that helps turn it the color that I want. All right. Behave. Behave for me. But it'll look like little speckles of whatever the heck is hiding in sand. No. I'm going to spray it again to make sure that it adheres. And I'm going to look around. Woohoo! You know what? I almost forgot the fragrance. I would have been so mad. Mad at myself. Alright. I got to pour this. It's just like Elvis said, it's now or never. Here we go. And I'm going to pour it, just pour it right in. Ooh, you know what I didn't do? Ah, shoot. Hurry up and do it because I'm going to ruin it. I was supposed to stick it back in this here thing. Oh, that's not good. I'm pretty sure that just ruined it. Pretty sure that's exactly what just happened. You got to see it. Yep, that's what just happened. My pretty design. Yep. Not having my mind on my knitting. And didn't have it in the box. And it just decided to go every which way. That's not good. That's not what you want to see. In fact, it's not even sitting all the way flat down in the holder. Interesting. Bang, bang, bang. Tap, tap. Oh. Alright. I'll spray this. And the bubbles don't come out. That's okay. Because I didn't want them to anyway. I was hoping that they would stay and come and live with me. I'll charge them rent. Aww. Gee, I had it looking so pretty too. Well, I'm going to let that monstrosity harden up and then we'll see what kind of damage I did. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a lot. So, now we wait. Hang in there with me and see how bad of a mistake I made. Yikes. Do you like making noise when I'm working?
No, I don't.
It's just an accident, huh?
Yeah. You like making noise?
Well, here it is. It's such a huge mistake that I made. How big of a problem was it? We're fixing to find out. Let's see. It's coming away from the sides easily. Ooh, what in the world is that? Dumb bunny mistake. You would think that I would not have done that big of a dumb thing, but never underestimate me. Yeah, these really are not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not gonna complain too much about that because I think that's neat, and there's a lot of potential there for doing some other things. So, ooh, golly. Safety first, you know. Drop the knife. Here, I just told my son I don't have a lot of footage that I need to edit. Extraneous stuff, and here I go with a whole bunch of extraneous stuff. So get you in good and close to see how that looks. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, well, you know what? At least it doesn't look like food, so that's an improvement for me. But I appreciate hanging in there to see the final product even after my huge, gigantic mistake. And I'll do it again. I will definitely do it again without the mistake. So, thanks.